It was the summer of 1952 when Eleanor first laid eyes on William. The town hall was buzzing with life, the annual summer dance bringing together people from every corner of their small town. The air was thick with the scent of blooming roses, and the soft strains of a waltz filled the room. Eleanor, a shy young woman with a smile that could light up the darkest room, stood nervously by the punch bowl, unsure of herself in the bustling crowd. William, a tall, confident young man with a gentle demeanor, noticed her immediately. There was something about the way she held herself, a quiet grace that drew him in. Summoning his courage, he walked over and asked her for a dance. With a hesitant nod and a blush spreading across her cheeks, Eleanor took his hand. As they glided across the dance floor, the world around them faded away, leaving just the two of them, lost in the music and the moment. It was their first dance, and neither of them knew it would be the beginning of a lifelong love story. The years passed, and Eleanor and William built a life together. They married in that very same town hall, where they had first danced and made a home filled with love and laughter. They had children who grew up surrounded by the warmth of their parents' love. Through the joys and hardships of life, they remained each other's rock, always finding time to dance together, whether in the kitchen on a rainy afternoon or at the annual town dances, which they attended every year without fail. Their love was the kind that grew stronger with time, weathering every storm that life threw at them. They celebrated milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, the birth of their grandchildren, with the same joy and passion that had filled their first dance. But as time went on, they began to feel the weight of the years. Their steps became slower, their faces more lined with age, but their love remained as vibrant as ever. It was a chilly autumn afternoon when William received the news. The doctor's words were gentle but devastating. His heart was failing, and there was nothing more that could be done. He had only a few months left. The reality of his mortality hit him like a tidal wave, but his thoughts immediately turned to Eleanor. How would she manage without him? They had been together for so long, he couldn't imagine leaving her behind. When he told Eleanor, her face went pale and tears welled up in her eyes, but she didn't crumble. Instead, she held him close, whispering that they would face this together just as they had faced everything else in their lives. They spent the next few weeks in quiet reflection, cherishing every moment they had left. They took long walks, reminiscing about their life together, and often found themselves dancing in their living room, clinging to each other as if the music could keep the inevitable at bay. Winter had settled in when they decided to go back to the town hall one last time. It was a special place for them, the place where their love story had begun. The hall was empty, but as they stepped inside, they could almost hear the echoes of the past, the laughter, the music, the sound of their younger selves dancing without a care in the world. William, though weakened by his illness, took Eleanor's hand and led her to the center of the room. She smiled at him, though her eyes were filled with sorrow. They began to dance, slowly, carefully, holding each other close as the memories of their life together swirled around them. The music played only in their minds, but it was as real as the day they had first danced here all those years ago. With each step, Eleanor felt the weight of what was to come, the knowledge that this was their last dance together. She held him tighter, trying to memorize the feel of him in her arms, the way his hand fit perfectly in hers. William, too, felt the finality of the moment. His heart, though failing, was full of love for the woman he had shared his life with. As they danced, they didn't speak. There was no need for words. The love they had shared was beyond words, beyond time. After their dance, they sat together in the quiet hall, Eleanor resting her head on William's shoulder. The silence between them was comfortable, filled with the unspoken understanding that this was the end of their journey together. When they finally left the hall, the world outside was covered in a blanket of snow, pristine and silent. William passed away a few weeks later, peacefully in his sleep, with Eleanor by his side. She held his hand until the very end, whispering words of love and gratitude for the life they had shared. Though her heart was broken, she found solace in the memories of their time together, especially that final dance. Years later, Eleanor often returned to the town hall, sitting quietly in the corner, watching the younger couples dance, just as she and William had done so many years before. The hall remained unchanged, a testament to the love stories that had played out within its walls, and though William was gone, Eleanor could still feel his presence there, as if they were still dancing together, lost in the music and the love that had defined their lives. In her final days, Eleanor requested to be taken back to the town hall one last time. As she sat in her wheelchair, she closed her eyes and imagined herself dancing with William again, young and full of life. The last thing she saw before she drifted off to sleep was the smile of the man she had loved all her life, waiting for her on the dance floor. In the quiet of the empty hall, the echoes of their final dance lingered, a testament to a love that had withstood the test of time and in the end transcended even death.